Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Liaquat Zaman. This is my YouTube channel, Roots of Knowledge. I make videos for you guys to be able to understand the Arabic language, which ranges from learning how to recite the Quran all the way to advanced topics like fiqh and hadith and tafsir. This series is dedicated to helping those of you guys who love the Arabic language so much that you guys want to understand the poetry of the Arabic language. So inshallah, I will be teaching you the poetry. If you guys have not seen the series of Imam Shafi'i, I've done a whole series on his poetry. You can check that out as well. And this series is dedicated to Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib, the famous cousin of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now these poems are not 100% his, but most of these poems are attributed to him. So that's why I'm just putting that disclaimer out there just before someone puts a comment in. Let's start then. He says, أتاني أن هندا أخت صخر دعت دركا وبشرت الهنودا فإن تفخر بحمزة حين ولى مع الشهداء محتسبا شهيدا فإنا قد قتلنا يوم بدر أبا جهل وعتبة والوليدا وقتلنا سراة الناس طرا وغنمنا الولائد والعبيدا وشيبة وقد قتلنا يوم ذاكم على أثوابه علقا جسيدا فبوئ من جهنم شر دار عليها لم يجد عنها محيدا وما سيان من هو في جحيم يكون شرابه فيها صديدا ومن هو في الجنان يدر فيها عليه الرزق مغتبطا حميدا. Right, so he says, أتاني أن هندا أخت صخر. So أتى يأتي, came to me. Ni is me, obviously. Ata, ni, came to me. Anna Hindan, that Hind is the wife of Abu Sufyan. Hind and Abu Sufyan were both non-Muslims, and then later they accepted Islam. So in the beginning of Islam, these two individuals, husband and wife, were fierce against Islam. They hated Islam. Their families hated Islam, especially Hind's father, Hind's uncle, Hind's brother. These were people who despised Islam, like really, and in fact, even as you're going to find out, they were actually killed in the Battle of Badr. So Hind's father, Hind's brother, Hind's uncle, all of these three were actually killed in the battle. So Anna Hindan Ukhta Sakhrin. So here it says Ukhta. Some versions say Hilla Sakhrin. So Ukhta Sakhrin means sister of Sakhr. Now Sakhr is not really her brother. So Ukht al-Sakhr will be talking about in the sense that Abu Sufyan's father, like from that kind of tribe, from that kind of people, that kind of family. The Ukht of Sakhr, from the family of Sakhr. So Atani and the Hindan Ukht Sakhrin. So Sakhr is actually Abu Sufyan's real name. Okay, so Sakhr is his true name. Abu Sufyan is a nickname. So Ukht Sakhr, she's not really Abu Sufyan's sister. What she is because she is married and she's from the same background, then therefore they say this is the sister of so and so, right? Like a member of their community. So he is Ukht Sakhrin, not in the sense biological Ukht, sister, but as in like connected. Just like we say, this is my brother in Islam, this is my sister in Islam. So Atani anna Hindan Ukht Sakhrin. It came to me that Hind, the sister of Sakhr, the sister of Abu Sufyan, da'at darakan, she invited, da'a yad'u, she called for. So da'a yad'u, she called, invited, darakan. Darak, it can possibly mean to get something that you missed. So if you miss something, you do idrak of that. Okay, adraka yudriku idrak. And darak can also mean a stage or a level as well. Right, so a level or a stage. Generally when Arabs say this person da'at darakan, then it kind of means this person has called for the assassination of someone, the murder of someone. So da'at darakan, that she has claimed that she has got back. Yeah, so she made a claim that she got back at this thing that she lost. What thing did she lose? So what happened was her father Utbah, her uncle Shayba, and her brother Walid bin Utbah, these three were killed in the Battle of Badr. Killed by Hamza radiallahu anhu, killed by Ali radiallahu anhu, and others. So she's now enraged. She's angry, really angry she is. So she asked, who is going to help me? And she put in a reward, a ransom for whoever kills Hamza. And she asked Wahshi. Wahshi was a slave, her slave. And she asked him that if you kill Hamza and you cut off his nose and you cut his body and you mutilate him, then I will set you free and I will give you this much gold. So obviously he did it. He killed Hamza, the Battle of Uhud. So roughly in the year 4 after Hijrah. So now she's happy now. Da'at darakan, she has claimed assassination, she has claimed the murder, she has claimed that she has got her revenge back from the Muslims. وَبَشَّرَتِ الْهُنُودَ. وَبَشَّرَت means that she gave glad tidings. So she gave the good news to all the Hinds out there. All of the Hinds out there that are going through a similar situation, she's given them good news and saying, all of you can also attain this as well. All of you can take pleasure in the death of Hamza. Hamza was, remember, the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ. So the beloved uncle of the Prophet ﷺ, who is very close to the Prophet ﷺ, she gets him assassinated, killed in the battlefield. So this poem now is really in response to what she actually was claiming and saying. So Atani anna Hindan. So Ali radiallahu anhu says, it's come to me that Hind, the sister of Sakhr, i.e. from the tribe of Sakhr, from the family of Sakhr, Da'at darakan, she has made a claim, she has claimed or she has called out darakan, that she has got back her revenge. وَبَشَّرَتِ الْهُنُودَ, and she gave glad tidings, she gave bashara to all the Hinds out there. فَإِن تَفْخَرْ, so he says, إِن تَفْخَرْ بِحَمْزَةَ حِينَ وَلَّى, if she is proud and showing off and boasting about the murder, the death of Hamza, فَإِن تَفْخَرْ بِحَمْزَةَ حِينَ وَلَّى, so walla means to go, right? So walla yuwalli tawliya, it means like to go. If you know in the Quran as well where this word is actually mentioned, put it in the comments below. I like to see where you guys actually research and what kind of things you come out with. So a lot of these words actually do come in the Quran. Very good advice, I would say, my teachers gave, is that always try to find the meanings in the Quran, because it really helps you to not only understand the language but also to really grasp the Quran itself, which is obviously our purpose. In tafkhar, if she is boastful and proud, bihamzata, with Hamza, meaning with the killing of Hamza, hina walla, when he went, ma'a shuhada'i, with the martyrs. Shuhada, jam' of shaheed, means someone who was killed in a way that was for the sake of Allah. Muhtasiban, ihtasaba yahtasibu ihtisab, from the root letters ha, sin, ba. Ha, sin, ba means to calculate, to work out. But ihtasaba, it means to hope for reward. Right? So in the hadith, that man qama Ramadan imanan wa ihtisaban, whoever stands in Ramadan at night time praying, seeking reward, muhtasiban, ihtisaban, muhtasiban, shaheedan, whilst being a martyr. So if she is boastful with the murder of Hamza, hina walla, when he went with the shuhada, with the martyrs, muhtasiban, seeking reward in Allah, and as a martyr, فَإِنَّا قَدْ قَتَلْنَا يَوْمَ بَدْرٍ أَبَا جَهْلٍ وَعُتْبَةَ وَالْوَلِيدَ. Then indeed, so he says, indeed we killed, قَتَلْنَا يَوْمَ بَدْرٍ, on the day of Badr. So the day of Badr took place. Day of Badr means event of Badr. Okay, so in the Arabs, when they use the word yawm, sometimes they could refer to the day and night, the 24 hours, and sometimes they could actually be referring to events. Just like in the Quran, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ayyamullah, when Allah in the Quran says ayyamullah, ayyamullah refers to the events that happened in the past. So he says, فَإِن تَكُ, if, sorry, فَإِنَّا قَدْ قَتَلْنَا, for indeed we have killed, يَوْمَ بَدْرٍ, on the day of Badr, Aba Jahl, one of the leaders of Quraysh, we killed him, Utbah, your father, or her father, Wal-Walid, and her brother as well. So in other words, if you are proud, if she is proud and happy because they killed Hamza, then remember, we also killed some of their nobles as well. We killed Abu Jahl, Utbah, and Walid. وَقَتَّلْنَا, قَتَّلَ يُقَتِّلُ, taqtil is to really go for it, to kill with mubalagha, with exaggeration, right? قَتَّل يقتل أبناءكم. قتل يقتل. In the Quran, if you know where that is as well, put it in the comments below. So qatala means to kill, and then qatala, it means to really go for the kill. Qatalna, we really killed. Surata. So surata, this means leaders. Now if you know what the singular is, put it in the comments below. So surata nasi, the leaders of the people. Turran. Turran means all together without exception. Right? So kull, like we say, kullahum, jami'an. قتلنا سراة الناس طرا. We killed, we annihilated the leaders of the people, I mean the leaders of Mecca, of Quraysh. طرا. وغنمنا الولاء. غنم يغنم is from the word ghanima, which means war booty. So the war booty that you receive when you fight against your enemies, when you say غنم يغنم, it means to be given war booty, right? To be gifted it. So غنمنا. So we were given the war booty of walaid. Walada, it means a child. So walaid refers to the children. Wal abida, and the slaves. Abid is jam of abd. So in other words, as part of the war booty that we took off them were children, and we took slaves. This was part of the war booty that we got from them. And this is a humiliation to the enemy. This is basically a way of saying to the enemy, right, look, this is what happened to you guys. Your leaders were killed. We managed to take many of your slaves, many of your children are captured with us. We have them, captured of war. وَشَيْبَةَ قَدْ قَتَلْنَا يَوْمَ ذَاكُمْ. And Shayba, and also Shayba, her uncle, so her father's brother, Shayba. قَدْ قَتَلْنَا يَوْمَ ذَاكُمْ. We had indeed killed him. يَوْمَ ذَاكُمْ. يَوْمَ ذَاكُمْ. So ذَاكُمْ, ذَلِكَ, you know what that means. That. But yawma dhakum is when you're speaking to a lot of people, you put the kum at the end. If he was speaking to one person, he would say yawma dhaka. And if he's speaking to two people, he would say yawma dhakuma. And if he was speaking to all men, dhakum, and all women, dhakunna. So this kum does not mean you, it just is used when the audience is single or plural or dual or whatever. So qatalna yawma dhakum, on that day, meaning the day of Uhud. So Badr. على أثوابه علقا جسيدا. على أثوابه, upon his clothing. So we killed him. قتلنا يوم ذاكم على أثوابه علقا. علقا على أثوابه. He was like a chewed up piece of meat. He was like a chewed up piece of meat, an alaq. So if you know in the Quran as well where this word alaq, you should know, I'm giving you clues. He was like a chewed up piece of meat upon him clothing. So he's describing the weak state of Shayba. He's saying Shayba's state, look at your uncle Shayba. In the battlefield, he was just a piece of flesh that had clothing on there when we finished with him. Ala athwabi alaqan jasidan. Jasad means a body. A body that was simply just a chewed up piece of flesh in clothing. فَبُوِّئَ مِنْ جَهَنَّمَ شَرَّ دَارٍ بَوَّأَ يُبَوِّئُ tabwi'ah. So bawwa'a means to be given a home. So he was given a home in Jahannam, from the fire of Jahannam. Sharra darin, the worst residence you could ever ask for. So he is really digging into her now. He's saying, we killed your father, we killed your brother, we killed Abu Jahl, we killed all of the major people of Quraysh. We took your children, we took your slaves. We even killed your uncle on that day. And we killed him in such a state that his body was like a chewed up piece of meat inside of clothing. فَبُوِّئَ مِنْ جَهَنَّمْ. And finally, after all of this, he's been given a place in Jahannam, which is the worst abode you can ever have. شَرَّ دَارٍ عَلَيْهَا. شَرَّ دَارٍ عَلَيْهَا لَمْ يَجِدْ عَنْهَا. So مَحِيدًا عَلَيْهَا. So لَمْ يَجِدْ عَلَيْهَا. مَحِيدًا. So the عَلَيْهَا actually goes back to لَمْ يَجِدْ. So he did not find, in other words, his place was Jahannam. He could not find a way to escape. Mahid, hada yahidu, it means to turn away. So a mahid is something which moves away from something else. So lam yajid, he could not find a mahidan, lam yajid alayha, he could not find upon Jahannam, a mahid anha. So in other words, he was unable to find a way to escape from Jahannam. Or this could even be referring to death as well. Al-maniyya. So he was unable to, in other words, his death came to him and he was unable to escape. We vanquished him, we finished him off. So mahid, if you know where in the Quran the word mahid or any of its derivatives is found, put it in the comments below. وَمَا سِيَّانِ, siyani means equal. Yeah, so ma siyani are not equal. Have you heard the word sawa? It was from the root letters of sawa. So ma siyan are not equal. Man huwa fi jahimin, the one who is in jahim, is in the fire. Yakunu sharabuhu fiha sadidan. Sharab is drink. His drink will be fiha, in it, in Jahannam. Sadid, pus. Yeah, sadid, pus. In the Quran this word comes as well. Yeah. So ma siyan cannot be the same. La yastawiyan. Man huwa fi jahim. The one who is in Jahannam, like your dad and your brother and Abu Jahal and Shayba. Yakunu sharab, whose drink in Jahannam will be pus. وَمَنْ هُوَ فِي الْجِنَانِ يُدَرُّ فِيهَا. And cannot be the same, this individual and the one who is in Jinan. Jinan is another word for Jannah, right, the plural. فِي الْجِنَانِ يُدَرُّ فِيهَا عَلَيْهِ الرِّزْقُ. دَرَّ يَدُرُّ means to drip, to pour down. Yeah, so to pour down. When you milk a cow or a camel and the milk comes out that fashion, that's called darar. Yeah, it comes out like little pearls coming out. All right, and then you squeeze it and then more comes out. Rizq is sustenance. Mughtabatan, it means to be envied. Ghibta, from the word ghain ba ta. Mughtabat, to be envied. Hamidan, praiseworthy. Yeah, praised. This should do it like that. Yeah, so praiseworthy. So he says, what is he basically saying? He's saying the one who is in Jahannam and who's drinking pus cannot be equal to the one who's in Jannah and whose rizq is being showered down upon him, who is envied by everyone and who is praiseworthy, means praised by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, so look how beautifully he takes her situation and he comes out with an amazing poem that is filled with so much power, passion and powerful meaning. Now you imagine you were in the shoes of Hind before she was a Muslim, obviously. So this is obviously before Islam, so we have to respect Hind. So when she said all this and she's shown her pride, he has just come and he has just annihilated her situation. Yeah. So let's actually have a look at this again. Then I'll do the Arabic. أتاني أن هندا أخت صخر دعت دركا وبشرت الهنود. It came to me that Hind's daughter, the sister of Sakhr, she called out that she has got her revenge. وبشرت الهنود, and she gave glad tidings to all the Hinds out there. So then he addresses her and says, if she is happy with the death of killing of Hamza, when he went with the martyrs, seeking reward with his Lord, Shaheed and martyr, then indeed we have killed on the day of Badr Abu Jahl, Utba wal Walid, وَقَتَّلْنَا سُرَاةَ النَّاسِ طُرًّا, and we destroyed, annihilated the leaders of the people, all of them. وَغُنِّمْنَا, and we were given the ghanima, the war booty of their children and their slaves. And don't forget Shayba, who we killed on that same day. عَلَى أَثْوَابِهِ عَلَقًا جَسِيدًا, who was a chewed up piece of flesh in his clothing. فَبُوِّ, and he was given the abode of Jahannam, which is the worst abode you can ever have. And he can't find a way to escape it. And it cannot be equal. مَنْ هُوَ فِي جَحِيمٍ, the one who is in Jahim, يَكُونُ شَرَابُهُ فِيهَا, whose sharab in it will be sadid, pus. وَمَنْ هُوَ فِي الْجِنَانِ يُدَرُّ فِيهَا, and the one who is in the Jinan, who will be يُدَرُّ, دَرَّ يَدُرُّ, who will be dripping in it. عَلَيْهِ الرِّزْقُ مُغْتَبَةً حَمِيدًا, upon him is going to be sustenance, it's going to be dripping 24/7, you're going to have sustenance coming to you. مُغْتَبَةً, envy and praiseworthy. Okay, let's have a go at the Arabic now. يقول سيدنا علي بن أبي طالب رضي الله عنه أتاني أن هندا أخت صخر. يعني يقول أتاني خبر، جاءني الخبر. ما الخبر؟ أن هندا أخت صخر، أن المرأة المشهورة التي ضاع صيتها، التي يعرفها الناس في مكة، اسمها هند، زوجة أبو سفيان أو أبي سفيان. أن هندا أخت صخر، يعني هنا المراد من الأخت ليست أخت من النسب، لا، بل المراد من أخت يعني التي نسبت إلى، التي هي تكون أحد أفراد هذه القبيلة أو هذه العائلة. صخر اسمه أبو سفيان. دعت دركا وبشرت الهنود. دعت يعني ادعت، أعلنت دركا أنها أخذت ثأرا بسبب قتل أبيها وعمها وأخيها. وبشرت الهنود، وبشرت كل من كانت متصفة بصفة هند، يعني كل امرأة أصيب أهلها بسبب غزوة بدر مثلا. فإن تفخر بحمزة حين ولى، يعني إن تفخر هند، إن كانت هند تفتخر وتتبختر وتفرح بحمزة، بقتل حمزة عم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، حين ولى، حين ذهب وسلك وأخذ الطريقة، ولى مع الشهداء، ذهب مع الشهداء الذين استشهدوا محتسبا راجيا الأجر من الله سبحانه وتعالى، شهيدا حال كونه شهيد عند الله سبحانه وتعالى، لأنه قتل في غزوة أحد. فإنا قد قتلنا يوم بدر، يعني إذا كانت هند تفتخر بمثل هذا القتل، قتل عم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، والحال أنه ليس بقتل، فإن الله سبحانه وتعالى يقول: لا تقول لمن يقتل في سبيل الله أموات، ليسوا أموات بل أحياء عند الله. فإنا قد قتلنا يوم بدر، فإنا معشر المسلمين قد قتلنا، قد أرقنا دماء، قد أزحنا أرواح يوم بدر، في يوم أو في وقعة غزوة البدر وبدر. أبا جهل يعني عمرو بن هشام، أبا جهل، وعتبة والوليد. عتبة كان أبا هند، والوليد أخا هند. وقتلنا سرات الناس طرا، قتلنا يعني قتلنا بشدة، أهلكناهم إهلاكا تاما. سرات الناس يعني سرات كبار الناس، كبار أهل مكة، طرا جميعا. وغنمنا الولائد والعبيد، ووجدنا في الغنيمة، أحرزنا من الغنيمة الولائد الأولاد والعبيد من هؤلاء. والولائد أيضا يطلق على النساء أيضا، يعني البنات. وشيبة قد قتلنا يوم ذاكم، وشيبة عم هند قد قتلناه، قد أرقنا دمه، قد يعني ذبحناه يوم ذاكم، يعني ذلك اليوم يوم بدر، على أثوابه علقا جسيدا، وكان في أثوابه مثل علق، في ملابسه، في درعه مثل علق، مثل اللحم الذي مضغ، جسيدا يعني جسدا بدنا. فبوئ من جهنم شر دار، فبوأ يبوئ تبوئة، يعني وجد مكان، سكن من جهنم من النار، شر دار يعني مبوأ شر، مكان شر، مكان خبيث، عليها لم يجد عنها محيدا، يعني لم يجد هذا شيبة وأبو جهل وغير ذلك، لم يجد محيدا، محيد يعني لم يجد ما يتنحى عن هذا، ما يبعده عن هذا، عن الجهنم. وما سيان من هو في جحيم، وليس سواء الذي في النار يكون شرابه فيها صديد، الذي يكون شرابه، الذي يكون ما يعني يرتوي به، ما يسقى صديد، ما يسقى دما. ومن هو في الجنان يدر فيها، وليس سواء ذلك الرجل والشخص الذي والمرء الذي في وسط الجنات، في وسط النعيم الفردوس، يدر فيها عليه الرزق، يعني ينزل فيها في الجنة عليه الرزق بالكثرة مغتبطا مشار إليه بالبنان مشهورا حميدا محمودا عند الناس وعند الله سبحانه وتعالى. يعني سبحان الله، كيف كان سيدنا علي بن أبي طالب رضي الله عنه بعدما يعني افتخرت هذه المرأة هند. طبعا هند كانت كافرة ثم أسلمت الحمد لله ورضي الله عنها، ونسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يرضى عن جميع الصحابة رضوان الله عليهم. مع أنها كانت لها شديد البغض للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم والصحابة رضي الله عنهم والمسلمين، ورده كان جميل جدا، لأنها كانت تفتخر بقتل حمزة وأنفقت مالا كثيرا لتحصل على هذا المطلب، وقد حصلت. لكن رده كان جميل جدا، فإن رده كان ردا من نواحي شتى، حيث ذكر يوم بدر وقتل أبي جهل وقتل عتبة والوليد وقتل كبار أصحاب مكة وغنيمة من النساء والولدان والعبيد وقتل أبيها أيضا فوق ذلك، وأنه يعني وصفه بأنه كان مثل اللحم الذي مضغه أحد ثم رماه لفظه من فيه فبوئ، يعني ثم ذكر أنه أدخل النار، مع أن حمزة رضي الله عنه كان الشهيد عند الله سبحانه وتعالى، ففرق بين حالتيهما، فبوئ في النار وهو من أشد الأماكن الذي يمكن أن يتصور الإنسان. نعم، ولم يستطيع أن يحيد عن هذا. فهل يستوي الذي يدخل في النار وشرابه صديد، هل يستوي ذلك الرجل والشخص الذي يدخل الجنة وشرابه من رزق الجنة؟ لا طبعا، لا يستويان أبدا، كما ذكر الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن. جزاكم الله خير. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if there's any questions that you guys might have. Thank you to all my patrons for supporting my channel. It means a lot to me. Please check out the rest of my content. If you guys want to become supporters of my channel, please consider it. It means a lot to me. It means I can dedicate more time to making these videos and invest in more equipment and to software so that I can produce very good high quality videos. Jazakumullah khair, guys. I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.